Okay, guys, today inshallah we're going to continue section 1 of chapter 8. We keep talking about the chemical reaction and chemical equation. So yesterday we we know what's chemical reaction and we know how to describe chemical reaction within a chemical equation and all the characteristics of the chemical equation and the different indications of a chemical reaction. Today inshallah we're going to continue. We're going to talk about the word and the formula equation. We have two types of equations. Something we call the word equation and the other one we call formula equation. So simply we could figure the difference out between them from the title. The word equation is just equation represent the chemical reaction in words. That mean we already write the names of the reactants and the products only. So the word equation is not a full detailed equation because it doesn't represent the amount which are involved in the reaction. It just represents the kind of reactants and the products. For example, let's take an example to make clear. Here you can see, as you can see here, guys, you can look that one, methane plus oxygen, then arrow here. Let's see this one. So this one, methane plus oxygen yields carbon dioxide plus water. So in this reaction, that is a word equation. This word represents a reaction between methane and oxygen, and this reaction will produce carbon dioxide and water. You agree about this, guys? Guys? Hey, everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr.
So in this kind, or in this equation, the word equation would just represent what are the reactants and what are the products. But actually, this reaction or this equation doesn't represent how many moles of methane react, how many moles or how many atoms of oxygen, and how much carbon dioxide or water are produced. So like this, we said that word equation, it just represents that qualitative. Qualitative, that means describe what are the substances involved in the reaction, but it doesn't give the quantity. So the quantity here is missed. That is the word equation. In another hand, this word equation could be translated or could be converted into formula equation, in which will represent the actual amount involved of each substance in the reaction. The arrow here, we call it yields. We call it yields. So when we read, we said methane plus oxygen yields carbon dioxide plus water. So let's clarify the idea more and more again. Let's start talk about that second one here. So if we pass to the next here, guys. So here, in that case, it's the same, the formula equation. In the other hand, formula equation, it represents the actual or represent what are the reactants and the products in formula, and represent also more details about the reaction, like the quantity, the state of the matter, and so on. So here, for example, we find methane is ch8. It will react with oxygen, O2, and that will produce carbon dioxide and water, as we can see here. So ch8 plus O2 yields CO2 plus H2O. That is a formula equation. But actually, regarding to what we studied yesterday, this formula is not complete, or this equation is not completed yet, because as we said yesterday, any chemical equation must be balanced. That means it must satisfy the rule of or the law of conservation of mass. That means the amount of atoms before the reaction must equal the amount of atoms after the reaction. But if we check here we have 4 hydrogen, but here we just have 2, and here we have 2 oxygen, but in the other side we have 3, which means this equation is not balanced. So here we still need to balance this chemical equation. So how could we balance this chemical equation? We could balance chemical equation by adding coefficient, as we studied last time. So ch8 plus O2, that will produce CO2 plus H2O. So let's try to balance. Here we just have 1 carbon and here 1 carbon. Okay, so no problem in carbons. Here we have 4 hydrogen, but here we just have 2 hydrogen only. So in that case, we need to increase this sign. So we're going to put 2 here. So like this, we have 4 hydrogen right now, and we have 2 oxygens. So here 2 oxygen and here 2. So the total are 4, but in that side, we just have 2. So we're going to add 2 here also. So in this case, the equation is balanced right now. So from that case, from this new equation, if we gonna rewrite the equation, so CH4 plus 2O2 that yields CO2 plus 2H2O. And here there is G, 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 and G. So what could we figure out from this equation? We could figure that CH4, 1 mole of methane gas, CH4, okay, G means gas, okay, plus 2 moles of oxygen gas, they yields or they produce, okay, 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water vapor, okay. So like this, I know or I figure out what happened in details in that chemical reaction from the formula equation. So formula equation differ than the word equation, that in case in formula equation it represents all the details of the reaction, while the word equation just represent the reactants and the product, okay, as words. So to make it more clear here, we're gonna find that we have special signs that could be added in the formula equation beside the reactants and beside the arrow. Okay, we have other things that could be added. So this table represents the other symbols that we are gonna use here, and that represent the table. Okay, so here this table represents some symbols that we could find in a chemical equation, and we must know the meaning. So the arrow yields, which means that refer what are the results will be. That means what before the arrow represent the reactants and what after the arrow that represent the products. Double arrow or two opposite arrows, as we can see here, it represents the reversible reaction. Reversible reaction, that means the reaction works in two directions. That means the reactants will yield to products, and then the products will react together to build a reactants one more time. S between brackets, it means that substance found in solid state. The arrow down, it represents that is a precipitate. That means a solid that gonna be formed at or settle down in the bottom of that tube. L means liquid. AQ means it's aqueous solution. Aqueous solution, that means this substance is already dissolved in water. Okay. G means gas. Arrow up, it represents that there is a gas already evolved or comes out from the tube. Arrow and triangle above the arrow or the word heat means this reaction needs to be heated up to done. Okay, or this reaction just happened in by heating. Arrow and 2 atm. ATM, it means atmospheric pressure. So 2 atm, that means this reaction will not happen except at certain atmospheric pressure. But if we just write pressure only above the arrow, like in that case, it means this reaction require pressure that normal than the atmospheric pressure, but not a specific pressure. Okay, while here, okay, the arrow was a degree Celsius above it, it means this reaction must happen at a certain degree or a certain temperature. Any temperature more or less than the temperature will not make the reaction work properly. While here, the last thing we could find that the arrow MnO2, it's a catalyst. It's not a must to be MnO2. Whatever any chemical formula is written above the arrow, it means this chemical formula represents a catalyst. And as we know, what is a catalyst? Catalyst is a chemical substance that speeds up the chemical reaction, make the reaction happen faster. Okay, so all these signs or all these symbols represent meanings about the reaction, or we'll just once we look at it in a chemical equation, I could predict what does it mean. Let's take an example, okay, to practice this, guys. Look with me carefully here. So let's see. So here we find 3FeS that reacts with 4H2O and double errors, okay, or two opposite errors, Fe3O4 plus 4H2. So what if we need to translate this formula equation into word equation? What we could here, we could find that 3 atoms of iron, okay, or 3 moles of iron in solid state, they react with 4 moles of water vapor to produce, okay, 1 mole of iron oxide in solid state and 4 moles of hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas could also react with the iron oxide to produce 4 moles of water vapor and iron. So that is a reversible reaction. So from this equation, I could figure that it's a reversible reaction. That means reaction works in the two directions. and I could figure that the iron found in solid state, the water vapor found in gaseous state, and the iron oxide found in solid state, while hydrogen is a gaseous state. And I know also the quantity of each substance in that reaction. So like this, I know the full details from this formula. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear, guys?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, so someone please help me to try to find out what we know about the reaction from this equation, or try to translate this chemical, this formula equation into word equations. Who can do this, guys? So for example here, H is mercury, O oxygen, so that is mercury 2 oxide or mercury oxide. So who can tell me what happens in that reaction? Guys, who can tell me?
HgO in the solid state.
So HgO in solid state, so mercury oxide found in solid state, and
It will be under heat.
yes, by heating it will break down into
Mercury in liquid state and
excellent.
oxygen gas.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so here simply we could say that 2 moles of mercury oxide in solid state, by heating they will break down into 2 moles of mercury in liquid state and 1 mole of oxygen in gaseous state. Is it hard like this, guys? Any hard question? Any hard question, guys?
No.
Okay, so let's try here to find something else, or someone, another one, try to help me in the next equation. So here, who can try to find this, guys? Okay, so here, this C2H4, okay, that is ethene, okay. So who can tell me what that's? Okay, guys, what the state that ethene found in? It's found in which state? Is it solid, liquid, or gas?
Gas.
So it's gas. So here we have 1 mole of ethene gas reacts with
1 mole of hydrogen gas.
1 mole of hydrogen gas. This reaction must happen under
Pressure.
Okay. So, and that will produce 1 mole
Carbon.
of, 1 mole of ethane gas. 1 mole of ethane gas. Any hard question here, guys? Any hard question, guys?
No.
Okay, so let's try to answer the following here, okay? So here, let's try to answer the following question together. He said, write the word and the balanced chemical equation for the following reactions. Include symbols for physical state and indicate when indicated. Okay, yes. So the first question here, or A, sodium calcium, solid calcium reacts with solid sulfur to produce solid calcium sulfide. Who can answer this, guys? So anyone can write, okay?
It will be Ca.
First, we need the word equation. Then we're gonna pass to the so the word equation first. Let's start by word. So we're gonna write like that. Then we translate it into formula equation. So he said that solid calcium. So we're gonna say calcium plus sulfur yields sulfur. Sorry, calcium sulfide. Calcium sulfide. So like this, we already answered the first part, which is the word equation. Now we need a balanced, okay, formula equation or chemical equation. So calcium is Ca, and this found in which state?
Calcium.
Yes.
Gas.
It's already said it. Solid calcium. So we must write S between brackets to indicate that it's solid. Reacts with sulfur, which is what the symbol of sulfur?
S.
S. But don't forget, as we studied last session, we said that some elements they in normal situation they found in polyatomic or they found in diatomic or many atomic compound. So the sulfur already in nature it's found in form of 8. Okay, so it must be S8. That's memorized. Okay.
Okay.
So sulfur S8, and the sulfur also found in. He said that's solid, so we are gonna write S. Then yields. Is it pressure or temperature or something like this? It's not mentioned.
No.
So we're gonna just write the arrow like that, and it will produce calcium sulfide. So calcium sulfide CaS.
SO4.
Here in that case, we must calcium sulfide CaS. Okay, we need to balance. How many sulfur do we have here?
8.
And here, how many?
1
One. So
multiply
what we should do? We should write a coefficient 8. So like
and
this.
8
Yes.
for calcium.
Excellent. And here 8 for calcium. So like this, we get the 2. Is it hard like this, guys? In our question?
No.
Clear? Let's
Yes.
try to number B, or sorry, letter B. Hydrogen gas reacts with fluorine gas to produce hydrogen fluoride gas. Okay, so who can help me in answering this question? One of the boys, please, guys.
Hydrogen
Hydrogen.
plus fluorine
So hydrogen plus fluorine
yields
yields
hydrogen fluoride.
hydrogen fluoride. Good, very good. Okay, so now let's try to make it as formula equation.
H2.
H2, brilliant. Okay, because hydrogen is a gas, so it must found as a diatomic element. Good, and it's a gas, so we should write
Gas brackets G.
excellent plus
F2.
F2. Good, because fluorine also is a gas and it's one of the halogens, so it must be found as diatomic, so must be F2. I can't write F only, and that's also gas. Good, so yields
2 had HF.
Good. Okay, so it will produce hydrogen fluoride HF, and 2 balance the equation. We have 2 hydrogen and we have 2 fluorine, so we said 2 HF, and this 2 HF it's gas also, so we write G. Okay, so brilliant, Yasin. Thank you. Great work. Okay.
Okay.
So then let's start by letter C. Okay, sodium solid aluminum metal reacts with aqueous zinc. Okay, chloride to produce solid zinc metal and aqueous aluminum chloride. So who can answer this, guys? Guys, anyone have an idea? Try to share with me. Yes.
يعني هيبقى صوديوم كلورايد.
Solid aluminum. So what the symbol of aluminum, guys?
احنا في سي.
Al. Okay, that's.
هو احنا
and he said solid, so we must write
AL3.
what ALC? What this ALC?
ايوه في اس قصدي solid.
S. Okay, so we write S between brackets. Okay, so that means aluminum, which found in solid state. It will react with. Okay, what about aqueous? Okay, zinc chloride. So zinc chloride. Don't.
ZnCl.
Zinc chloride, guys. Always remember that zinc is Zn, chlorine is Cl. How much the valence of zinc? It's 2, while chlorine is 1. So switch places. It must be ZnCl2. That's how to write the chemical formula of ionic compound. We studied in chapter 7. So like this, ZnCl2.
Aqueous.
And aqueous, that means AQ. Okay. And that yields. That will yield. What the product will be?
Zn.
Yes, solid Zn, so Zn, and that's solid. Good, okay. And as it's solid,
L3
plus equals
AlCl3.
AlCl3. Good, AlCl3 because it's aqueous, okay. So why AlCl3? Because aluminum chloride, aluminum its valence equal 3, while chlorine is 1. So we're gonna switch places, so it will be AlCl3. So that the aluminum chloride. So AlCl3 and that is aqueous, so we're gonna write AQ between brackets. And because that is a solid that formed in aqueous solution, so we may make a precipitate arrow down, which means it's gonna fall down in the bottom. You can do it or not. The problem here that the equation is still not balanced, so we need to balance this equation, okay? So let's try to balance this. Here we have 2 chlorine, while here we have 3. So what we should do? Okay, guys, anyone have an idea? So once you have
put 3 before.
Yes, put 3 where?
Before the zinc chloride.
Yeah, here put 3. Why? Because actually when we have even number and odd number, it's hardly to balance the equation like that. So we multiply them. So 2 multiply 3 equals 6. So we try to make the 2 sides equal 6 atoms. So in this case, we're going to put here 3. In that case, we have 6 chlorine. And here we're going to put 2. So like this, we have 6 chlorine. But now we have 3 zinc and here just 1. So easier to put here 3. And here we have 2
before
aluminum
the
and here 2. So like this, the equation is balanced. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Other people, everything is clear?
Clear.
Okay. So here, let's see. Then question number 2, he asks you to translate the following chemical equations into sentences. Okay. So we need to make it as a sentence. What we could understand from this chemical equation. Okay. So who can tell me? So the first one, anyone could translate this? What C means, what S means. C is carbon, S is sulfur. So that is carbon sulfide. Anyone can continue? Okay.
Carbon sulfide plus oxygen.
So hey, carbon sulfide, that is a covalent compound. So we must mention this too. We say carbon disulfide. Yes, so carbon disulfide reacts with
oxygen.
First, carbon disulfide, is it liquid or solid or gas?
Liquid.
So we said liquid carbon disulfide reacts with
gas. Oxygen.
Gas. Okay, good. Yields.
Carbon dioxide gas.
Carbon dioxide gas and
plus
sulfur.
Sulfur oxide gas.
Sulfur
dioxide
gas.
Gas.
Okay, is it like this?
No.
Another question. So, hey, letter B. Anyone except Yasin, please? Another one. So, could I pick up this line here? Sahrawi, could you answer this question, please? Letter B. Yusuf Awad. Okay, no one here, no response. Okay. Jana Walid. Yes, could you answer please letter B? NaCl plus AgNO3 yields NaNO3 plus AgCl. So this
Sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride, yes. That's found in? Is it solid, liquid, or aqueous solution?
Aqueous.
So aqueous solution of sodium chloride acts with Ag is silver.
Ag دوت
Silver.
Silver.
Oh yes, silver. So AgNO3 silver. Silver, what we call it?
Ag nitrate.
Yes, silver nitrate. Okay. So
silver nitrate.
So good. So aqueous solution of sodium chloride reacts with aqueous solution of silver nitrate, yields
sodium nitrate.
Aqueous solution of sodium nitrate plus
silver chloride in solid.
Good. Great work. Okay, that's very good, guys. Okay, so now, okay, well, question number 3 actually will be a practice for you. Next session, I'm gonna ask any one of you to answer or show me his answer of that question. Okay, so he said that hydrazine NH2 N2H4 is used to used as rocket fuel. Yes. Yes. Yes, guys. So that will be your assignment for today. Okay, just answer this question, and next time, inshallah, I'm gonna check your answers. Please, guys, study well from your textbook, read these parts, and practice your hands. Okay, it's very, very important. Pay attention, memorize the symbols in the tables, and memorize the diatomic elements and the unusual cases of formula. And next time, inshallah, we're gonna continue our lesson. Thank you and goodbye.